hundreds over the years?
Actually, this year I only have 18 right now.
That's a small class.
Yeah. So I teach school at Laurelhurst Elementary in Seattle. And on Wednesdays we have a planning day, and then we have a staff meeting afterwards. So I left the planning meeting and I travel Sandpoint way twice a day because I commute from Snohomish. And I was zipping along. I think I was eating Cheez-Its, and I came around the corner, and this guy he walked straight out in the middle of the road and just pointed the gun at me and just shot me. And then he shot me again. And I could feel it go here and here. And then the car kept moving. I didn't stop. And it swerved over to the side, and I stopped. And he shot one more time, which broke my back window. I was like, I'm not going to lay here and hurt. I'm going to get help. And so I sat up, and there were two men across the street, and I looked at them, and I said, help me. And the one man looked at me kind of confused. I don't think he knew I was hurt. And I crawled out of the car onto the street, and he came running over and said, she's shot. And then they started looking for a fireman, and a very kind fireman came and stayed with me. And he put a tourniquet on my left arm because I was concerned about, my hands were going numb, and the it seems like it took forever, but I don't know. There was a lot of chaos. I've come to learn off that all the action moved down the street, but the paramedics, they were like, where are the paramedics? And they came and they said to me, well, we've got to go check on the person that's hurt more than you. And I said, yeah, you gotta triage it. And they came back a couple minutes later and said, he's DOA. And the man across the street said, I saw him shoot him in the face and the head. It's just all kind of unreal. And you just don't really understand why you're just driving home from work and somebody walks out in the middle of the street and just shoots you. But I don't understand why. And then they brought me here, and they've been very kind, and I'm doing very well, and I'm very blessed because one bullet went in the arm, and one bullet went in the shoulder, and then one bullet is in the lungs, the bottom of the lung. But none of them hit anything vital. And I never stopped breathing, and my heart's okay, and very, very blessed. And I just changed the wound, and the wound's right up here, so it's pretty close to the spinal cord. I don't know why I was the lucky one, but I also don't know why somebody stepped out in the street and just shot me on that nice little road. And that's, I guess I always thought something like that would happen in a school because we talk so much about school shootings. But I never thought I'd be driving home in my car and somebody step out in the street and just shoot me. And I have second graders. I love my second graders, and I'm worried about them. And in the ambulance, I said, you need to get a substitute for the Laurelhurst Elementary for tomorrow. Got to take care of them. And I'm worried about them because we do practice all those drills, and it's very traumatic for all of us. And I know I'm just worried. So the superintendent actually called and asked if they could come visit, and I was like, well. So my immediate class, some of them might be coming up and visiting with their parents, but you worry about them. Kids are so traumatized by violence. I've been teaching 30 years, and America's kids are just, they're so anxious. And for them to have their teacher shot is, so I want to make sure, I don't know where I look or who's filming, but I want to make sure the kids know I'm okay. And I'll be back soon, and I love him. And I know how scary it is for them.
Seem more worried about them than yourself?
I just think about them when you're 7 years old and you have to process your teacher being shot. It's not okay. It's not okay. So it'll be a day that sticks in their lives forever in my life. But I'm alive, like I say, and 2 people aren't. And then I found out that when something happens, you don't have your contacts, and I just want to give everybody some advice. They can't find your family members if you don't know the phone numbers, so you need to stitch them in your underwear or something. Because I only remembered 1 phone number. So, just little things like that. But, yeah, the kids, I think about all the kids I've taught, and it's kind of, I don't know. When I first started teaching, we didn't have those drills, because I started in 1988, and I don't think they started till about, oh gosh, I think the first one was probably in 2000. We started the lockdown drills, and very traumatic. And try explaining to a first grader that it's serious and not scaring them to death.
What grade and what school do you teach again, Deborah?
Right now I teach 2nd grade at Laurelhurst.
At Laurelhurst Elementary?
But I taught Mukilteo for 14 years at Fairmount Elementary. And then I taught at Lowell Elementary in Seattle up on Capitol Hill. So lots of kids. And then I'm from Texas. So I taught in Texas for 10.5 years from Fort Worth.
Can you talk again about the injuries?
Well, the injuries are, like I say, it was 3 shots, and they didn't come out of the body. They didn't go all the way through. And the surgeons have said that if they're close to the skin, they would remove them, but otherwise they just leave them. And I asked about infection, and he said that bullets are so hot that they're very sterile, and that they don't take them out of people anymore if they don't have to, and they encapsulate. But it's a little strange to think about walking around with pieces of shrapnel. And my family was joking, we have veterans in our family, and nobody's ever got shot. Generations of veterans. But the school teacher got shot.
What do you think made the average person want to move on from you? Did he?
I think he thought I wrecked my car, and he wanted a car, because he wanted a car for some reason. I think he was trying to carjack, but he didn't mess around. He just walked out into the street and shot me. But I don't know why he didn't come up to my car after that. It did swerve off and kind of go off a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe that he thought that, I don't know, I can't speak for him. I don't know. But from the sequence of events, it appears that he wanted a car, and that's why he killed the other people.
He didn't say anything to you?
No, he looked me right in the eyes and just shot, said nothing. Walked out, went like this, and just...
Did he step sort of in front of your car as you were...
He was in the middle of the road, and I was coming down the road, and he was probably about 6 feet from me. He just walked up and went. He came out of whatever property was there and just walked straight out to the road. So that was the beginning of whatever happened. So.
Did he fire through your front windshield?
Yes. And then I remember there was another gunshot wound, and through the pictures that have been on TV, I see my back windshield's all broken out. And he must have fired as I was still going.
But none of that you remembered at that time. You saw your vehicle on TV.
No, I remembered the windshield being broken. I remember all of it. I remember being in the ambulance. I never lost consciousness. I don't remember anything about him, or other than him just walking out and doing that. And at first I thought oh, maybe it's paintballs, because I've heard of some kids thinking it's funny to shoot. And I was like, and I knew paintballs would hurt, and I just heard the dumb story about the teachers getting shot in the back with paintballs. And I thought maybe it's paintballs. They can hurt a lot. And then I saw the blood on my arm, and I was like, no, I really got shot today. So, and everybody's been wonderful here. And the social worker that found my family was absolutely wonderful. She had to be a detective.
You said your family's here and some teacher friends.
Yeah, I have teacher friends from my first school, and my family and my cousins are here from there, and the rest of my family's back in Texas, and my best friend's here, so we're kind of taking up a lot of space around here.
And did you say you live in Snohomish now?
I commute, but I won't be commuting much longer. I'd already decided that the commute was too much for me, but I don't know if I'll ever go back down that road again. I don't know if you know the road, but it's not a very wide road, so he just walked basically out of it. I think he might have walked straight out of the house, straight out to the street. And it could have been anybody.
What does the road of recovery look like for you?
I have no idea. The mayor came and visited me today, and she just said it'll be long. I think the physical injuries probably won't be near as bad as, although that's why I'm talking about it too. I didn't want to just be the woman who got shot, because there's a real person that got shot, and they have real family, and I don't want it to be my identity for the rest of my life. But right now I want to own it so that I can move on. And I want my kids to know it. It's okay.
Yeah, how many children?
I don't have any biological children, but I have hundreds and hundreds of school children after 30 years, and some of them are in their 30s now. So,
Have you heard from any of them?
well, someone called and asked to visit, but a little while ago. But unfortunately, we're kind of trying to discourage them because a lot of the kids are sick right now, and it's not fair to bring them up to a hospital where people are. But a few children, it will be so crucial to their psychological well-being that they probably will have to come today and see. So
Still so surreal for you, I can imagine.
it's very surreal. You lay there and you think, I just got shot. It's you can't even. I can't even. You know, you just. And then it was kind of weird because you picture all the TV shows you watch that people are going to be swarming you and taking care of you, and and nobody's there. It's very, very lonely at first, and it turns out getting to Harborview on Seattle roads is very painful. I don't know how to say this to everybody, but oh my God, the drive is brutal. But I told them I have tickets to Vegas next Saturday, and I plan on going. And I have tickets to go see Aerosmith on the 8th, and I plan on going. So, God willing, I will be in Vegas next Saturday.
It's a well-deserved trip.
And I will get to see Aerosmith.
When is that?
My tickets are for Monday, April 8th. So I'm hoping. But I have to say, for this traumatic event, I'm doing very well. And it's nothing I did, I just got blessed. But, I have to say, for this traumatic event, I'm doing very well. And it's nothing I did, I just got blessed. But it is hard knowing that someone else did not.
Final questions.
Anything else you want to say, just given everything that's happened?
No, I know the detective, like I say, there was I don't know if it was a fireman or a policeman that stayed down in trauma with me for like 4 hours. He just stood with me yesterday. So sweet. And then another fire guy came to try to visit today. So they are wonderful. And then the people at Harborview have been wonderful. So, not that it's fun, but clearly the care here is very good. But no, I have no answers, and I don't really want to see him, and hopefully he doesn't know who I am. That was the one reason I really didn't want to do this. But I'm hoping he won't post any bail or anything. But
You're a survivor, and you want to show your students that you're a survivor too.
yes, yep. Perseverance is our big school word. Pause, persevere, act with kindness, make wise choices, and behave safely. So I'll put a plug in for the school there. Laurelhurst Bears. Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you for letting me talk to my kids.
What name do your kids call you?
Miss Judd. I'll be Miss Judd till I die because I never got married. Never. I do not. I'm hoping it won't be too long, but.
Gonna make that Vegas flight.
Yeah, I gotta go see Aerosmith. This is serious business. I'm flying out of Payne Field. I've got one of those coveted tickets. By God, I just have to make it to Mukilteo. So.
You live in Mukilteo?
I live in Snohomish, but I'm so excited to fly out of Payne Field.
You said you didn't want to commute anymore. Were you thinking about teaching in Snohomish instead?
Yeah, I need to get up north. I need to get a job back up
But you
there.
don't want to sell your house and move to Seattle? You want
No,
to
I
be out
own a house, and my father and his wife live with me in Snohomish. So, no, I've got to get up north. So, I'll be leaving the Seattle School District.
Do you think you'll finish this year with your class?
I think so. I don't think it would do me any good to just sit home and think about it. But I have no idea. You know, you really don't. What was going on yesterday at this time? What time is it? I was teaching school yesterday at this time. You know, I was helping some kids with math at this time yesterday. The whole world's different. But
Do you know the sub that they brought in? You guys know some of the long-term subs, right?
well, my girlfriend's a sub, but I think she had a job with somebody else. I don't know. We have a lot of subs, but it's just hard on the kids, like I say.
Yeah.
But they'll be okay. They're tough.
They got a good role model. Yeah, toughness.
Yeah, well, you don't really have any choice, do you? That's one thing I've found. You deal with what you have to deal with.